Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am Farron Cousins, in for David Pakman today. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/FarronBalanced. You can also find me on the big YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Ring of Fire. And of course, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Farron Balanced. So we talked about the good news in the first segment today. And that may be all the good news we have, because now it's time to really get into the nitty-gritty, nutty stories of this week. And one of those stories we hit on earlier this week when Donald Trump announced that he was suing New York's Attorney General Letitia James because he believes, or at least his lawyers attempt to argue, that the investigation into him and his company in New York is somehow unconstitutional. Yes, unconstitutional to conduct your constitutional duties as investigators. But that's not it. That's not all that happened. Because after the lawsuit was announced, Donald Trump decided it would be a sound legal strategy to issue a statement and openly attack and mock New York Attorney General Letitia James. Here's what Donald Trump had to say in his statement. And this is a long one, so bear with me. Tell Letitia that she is not dealing with the Cuomo brothers, a corrupt governor in a corrupt state, including your office and others, and Fredo, who did the governor's dirty work for him. Despite many years of investigation that nobody else could have survived, even if they did things just slightly wrong, yours is just a continuation of the political witch hunt that has gone on against me by radical left Democrats for years. This is not about delay. This is about our Constitution. You are nothing but a corrupt official doing the dirty work of your party. You should not be in office. This could well be the reason you were just rejected by the people of New York in your inept run for governor. You didn't quit for a higher purpose. You quit because your poll numbers were atrocious. You didn't have a chance. New York got lucky. Now, I've never been under criminal investigation. I've never been arrested. I've never really been on the wrong side of the law in terms of things like this. So, I don't know, but I'm willing to bet, after working with the best lawyers in this country for more than 17 years, that openly and repeatedly mocking and antagonizing the person doing the investigating, probably not the smartest legal strategy out there. I'm not a lawyer, right? I didn't go to law school, but I'm willing to bet that's probably not what you should do. And I have to imagine that Trump's lawyers were sitting there after this statement came out, just probably in shock, thinking to themselves, oh my God, oh Lord, what is going to happen now? And then, of course, probably being happy, like, well, wait a minute. This probably means we get to work a little bit longer and therefore, we'll get paid more money. So, hey, it's a win for us. But, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult to defend now. Like, I can't imagine that these lawyers actually signed off on Trump's attack against the investigator. This is the woman who holds your fate in her hand. I'm willing to bet, based on what we already know from documents that are already publicly available, that she probably has enough information to at least charge you with something right now. Whether it sticks or not is irrelevant, but she could make your life hell by going ahead and filing charges, at least for what's happening up in Westchester, right? We got those docs. We know what you told the city your property was worth, and we know what you reported on your financial disclosure forms as president. Those two numbers could not be more different. So I think she could go ahead and probably pop you for tax fraud right now, just to kind of get the ball rolling. And as I discussed the other day, about this whole political witch hunt thing, one, I think he knows something big is about to happen and he's trying to get ahead of it. He's trying to go ahead and plant the seeds of doubt with his base, with his followers. So that way when it finally breaks, he can say, see, I told you, total political witch hunt. But the second thing that already disproves the witch hunt theory is that they've found some witches. Weisselberg has been charged. The Trump organization itself has been charged. Okay, those are very real criminal charges against these two groups. So you can't sit there and try to say that, oh, this is all fake. Nobody listened to it. Nobody pay attention. It's absolutely just out to get me for political purposes. Well, even if that were true, which it's not, the fact that they found crimes would in fact justify their political witch hunt, would it not? But all of this, Trump kind of gave up the game in his statement, like, this isn't about delay. All right, so because of that, we now know this is totally about delay. And I think the delay that he wants to have happen is he wants this investigation, one, to slow down. That's what his lawsuit's about. So that way, after the midterms, assuming Republicans win, actually, it doesn't even matter if Republicans win. But after the midterms, that's when Trump is likely, according to his closest people, to announce that he is in fact running for president again in 2024. He doesn't want to make this announcement prior to the midterms because he doesn't want to be blamed if things go sideways for the Republicans. So if the Republicans win, he's going to come out and say, listen, you won because of me, therefore I'm running for president. If they lose, he's going to say, you lost because I wasn't there, therefore I am running for president. Then once he announces he is running for president, he is going to try to use that, oh, you can't prosecute me because I'm a candidate. I've got executive privilege again, even though I'm just a candidate. That's what he's going for. Wait it out as long as possible. Try to delay it with this ridiculous lawsuit he filed. And of course, in the meantime, antagonize the very people who could ultimately end up sending you to prison, which again, poor legal strategy, but it's Trump we're dealing with, so, you can't hope to control him. You can only try to contain him every now and then.
One of our sponsors is Blinkist, who's been supporting the David Pakman Show longer than any other sponsor. Blinkist is the app that lets you listen to or read an entire nonfiction book in just 15 minutes. Blinkist is the way to absorb those books you can't make time for. Blinkist takes top nonfiction titles, pulls out the book's key takeaways and insights, and gives it to you in the form of a text or audio explainer that you can consume in 15 minutes. With Blinkist, now you actually do have time to learn about all the things you've been wanting to tackle. On the Blinkist app, I just listened to This Is Your Mind on Plants by the great Michael Pollan. Super interesting, the history of caffeine and so many other things. Blinkist has you covered on podcasts too. Blinkist takes long episodes of popular podcasts and distills them into audio you can listen to in 15 minutes. With Blinkist, you can become knowledgeable about so many different things. You can have conversations with people about more topics. Blinkist makes you more well-rounded. Try Blinkist for free and get 25% off a subscription. Go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. The link is down below.